My name is Mark Fratto, and I'm the voice of the Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. You're listening to the Command This podcast with Steve, Dev, and Phil.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is October 30th. It is Hallows Eve. And welcome to episode 229 for your boys. Welcome to the episode of Command This. I am Pete Maverick Mitchell for the evening. I am joined by my guy, Plague Dr. Phil. And joining us is old Chucky.
The Chuckster. And we got Angry John Allen this way, a.k.a. Corey, a.k.a. the Sanchez. Corey Sanchez from On the Warpath. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our boy Corey a round of applause for joining us tonight. Corey, we appreciate you, man. Welcome to the show.
Man, appreciate it.
Yeah, we're here. We are here like we always are at the loyal and faithful fans that we have been for so long in this game, Corey. And just before we dive into it, how you feeling, man? What's the vibe like for you jumping out of this game to the Eagles losing 38-31?
Man, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate them. I think over the years they've gotten more past Dallas. To me, their fans are scum of the earth, and
yep.
They've got that douchebag head coach. They've got a Super Saiyan as a wide receiver, and it just everything that keeps on going right for the Eagles. Even when they look bad, they look good, and they looked rough, man. And they won, and I'm beside myself, bro. I was beside myself.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It was a devastating loss. I thought we had it. I mean, we had it. We had a chance. Just kind of washed it away. Plague Dr. Phil, what's the vibe feeling like with you, man?
We have a quarterback.
Show enough.
I don't want to hear any more argument over that.
Yeah.
Let's move on to other things, people. For 4 years, it was we have everything but a quarterback. Now it's we have a quarterback and don't have shit else, apparently. Yeah. Which is not true, but your receivers balled out as well. But
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. That's the vibe right now. The vibe is uncertainty because until 4 p.m. tomorrow, we don't know if we're going to be playing for this season or if we're going to do what some fans want to do and just try to tank the rest of the way because that's guaranteed success. No one ever.
Yeah. Chuckster, what's your vibe feeling like today, man? You look like you're in a good mood regardless. Dev.
What's up?
Chucky. What's your vibe like, man?
When we say Chucky, we're talking to you.
I was trying to get my last bet in to work with it. Well,
get your bet in, man. That's the game's about to kick off, man. Do what you gotta do. Get that bet in.
It's too late.
Okay. Did it kick off already?
What was the question?
I said, how are you feeling? What's your overall vibe like after that?
Despair. I wanted to cry a little bit. I didn't want to cry, but it was definitely horrible.
Crying in a car.
Damn teeth. Yeah, it was. I didn't like it, man. Like it left a bad taste in my mouth. I do think, like you guys said, I do think we found a good quarterback, man. I think we possibly got a good quarterback on our hands, and somebody we can at least build around. But everything else, like you guys also said, is shit.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. We're just kicking it right off. I mean, the game was 38-31. I got a little bit of a, I guess we can call it film, for lack of a better term. If you don't know, we do a little bit of that next generation stats green screen film that Helps us go over a couple plays so we don't hit that copyright strike. But let's say hi to a couple people in the chat. Yam says, morning all. Yam in Japan. Looking forward to this one. Hashtag fire JDR. All right. Says Eagles fans are the worst. Some of the shite they say are on social media, attacking players like Forbes, even semi-official podcasters, random personalities, fan pages, and also
I just give it back to him.
Jesus Christos. This fan base for so many 2 days now going off about needing to replace Sam. Yeah, I think we're over that. Terrence,
how can you still say that?
I don't know. Terrence Perry says, go Birds. Yes, Terrence is a good friend of ours, good friend of the show. He is an Eagles fan. He's a respectful one. He's a good one. He's a good man. Also a new father. Congrats to him. Said, yes, Devontae did drop that pass, but Rod didn't challenge it. Why? Bang, bang, play.
I think he was waiting for a replay official to confirm whether or not he should throw it because it's a close game. He doesn't want to waste the time out if it's not. And replay official failed him. I mean, because we don't see replay officials, we see coaches.
Yep.
He gets to blame.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll make Corey's picture a little bigger so you can see. There you go. Now you can see the Angry John Al. So the vibe matches. Marcus Zealand from Sports View 2 on Facebook. I'm more Marcus. Hardest working content sharing man in the world here. So what's up, family? It's time for Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio. Got to go. William Kavanaugh says fire Ron and Del Rio from Facebook. Thank you.
I would really like to know. Okay, we finally saw one good game out of the enemy. And well, we've seen two good games out of the enemy, both against the Eagles. And that's enough for you to hand him the keys to the kingdom, huh?
I don't know.
Because I need to see more before I'm like, here. So who are you gonna make head coach?
Yeah.
That's the question. Who are you gonna make head coach?
I don't know, Corey. How are you feeling about these coaches, man? Do you want to let it ride? Do you want them to? If we stay this course, we're probably going to finish. I don't know, 6-10, 7
7 wins. What I said. Remember that.
What are you feeling, Corey, with these coaches?
I mean, to this point, I think you ride it out. It's what is firing, and this is what I've had on my channel is I get the same thing, right? We all get the fire Jack, fire Ron. I saw what Chad Ryan had put out there earlier yesterday. He's talking about putting Steve Russ as the defensive coordinator. So you mean to tell me the guy who was hitting up probably the worst position over the last 4 years on defense, you're going to make him the primary defensive play caller? That don't make sense to me. I mean,
and moving Ryan Kerrigan up the linebackers,
right? He's a 3-4 linebacker. He was a 34 linebacker. He's not a 43 linebacker. And I mean,
we don't even run 43.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, we don't. We don't even run that. We run that. Was it that 4-2-5 or whatever?
We run 4-2-5 or 5-1-5 nickel.
Right. It doesn't work though, right, Phil? it doesn't matter what we're running. So I'm like, I don't know where the end game is, and people are saying we got to get ready for next season. Get ready for next season.
Isn't that what the off season?
You can't tank when you're terrible. That's the first thing that I always say. You cannot tank if you're terrible. You're just bad. And right now we're a bad football team. Now you've seen where bad football teams under new management, under new general manager, under new head coach can flip the script. I don't know. Didn't we see that last year in Jacksonville where they basically brought in a couple of new players and then they had the roster from the previous year? And they went to the playoffs. They won a division. What are they doing now? They're leading a terrible vision. There's no right or wrong way really to go about. There's a lot of wrong ways, but there's not a perfect way to go about rebuilding a team. And for the people that just want to fire and collect all these draft picks, I always say it's a crapshoot, man. You don't know what you're going to get. When you draft these cats, you could get the most talented person. I look at Bobby Beathard, right? And he drafted Ryan Leaf. Granted, they needed a quarterback. And if he had the confidence, maybe say like, hey, this ain't the kid, I can go pick somebody else. But he didn't. He stuck to his guns there. I mean, there's no perfect way, man. And yeah, so I mean, I'm like kind of I'm like pump the brakes on firing everybody. They will be gone soon enough.
Right. Fair. Hey, real quick, just want to say thanks to Terrence for shopping by. Said I wanted to show face tonight. Family's going through a crisis. Wife's mother just passed away. Keep us in your prayers. Prayers up to you and your family, Terrence. We thank you for at least stopping in to say hi. Congrats to your team. You guys are 7-1, man. And prayers up to you and your family, man. Go handle your business, but we appreciate you stopping in.
Prayers up, Terrence.
For sure. Yeah.
Prayers up, Terrence. F your team though.
Real quick, let's F the birds. Let's go through a couple film here. We'll go through these very quickly. I'm just gonna kind of go in the order of which these things happen throughout the game. So we'll start with Terry McLaurin and his touchdown. This was first quarter, 7-19. This was the first score of the game. So here we go. Great play, great lineup. Sam just found the open one-on-one seam and bam! Look at that. I mean, it was beautifully designed. The line held up very well. And this up in the corner. Watch it in slow-mo here. Line held up fantastic. Look what he does when he has a clean pocket, gets rid of the ball. See if he has a step on who's 24? Bradbury? Slade?
Yep,
I can't
Bradbury.
remember.
Bradbury.
And look at that in the pocket.
So let me point this out to people. Do you know why Philly wasn't blitzing here or didn't blitz for a lot of the game? Short passing game.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, if you run that short passing game, teams don't blitz. And then when they do, you have blitz beater routes already built in on a short passing game. So what this does is that now, the minute you start seeing a defense lay off, then you can start developing downfield because you know you're going to have the time because you're not going to overwhelm your line. And here we have 5-on-4, 6-on-4 if you count the chip there by Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
So
overmatch.
And all you have to do is get a receiver open. If not, Sam can scramble.
Yeah.
We saw that multiple times this game, that exact set of options develop.
Yep. Okay, next one real quick. We'll just keep going down through the line here as they come up. This one is Jahan Dotson's 4-yard touchdown. Excuse me. Jahan Dotson's second quarter touchdown. It was 73. This was 12:44 in the second quarter. And Corey, tell me what you think about this one, man. Gibson goes in motion.
They're already moving that line. They're already moving that defense.
Yep.
Bam. Right there.
I mean, that's all Jahan right there, man. I mean, he's
I'm so glad for his career he didn't drop that one. Oh
yeah,
God.
he got his hands back.
Bro.
Magic hands. He got Operation Ben Carson. He had the gifted hands right there. They're back, man. He didn't leave the sponge in somebody's body this time.
Ben Carson, the politician. Jeez.
Well, he was a brain surgeon before that.
AKA Swiss roll Ben Carson.
Oh, man.
Dotson bounced back in a great way, man. 8 catches, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, 10 targets, man. He did the daggone thing today. He did a good job.
Yeah.
So.
The problem is that he passed on his hands to another one of our receivers.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Terry's face mask.
This next one here, this was AJ Brown. We're going to go through some Eagles highlights too very quickly. This was AJ Brown as he began his day. He really didn't start off the day a lot till the second quarter. So this is a 24-yard pass, not a touchdown, but just want to see this is the beginning of Benjamin St. Juice just kind of getting a little work today for the rest of the day. But this was the first of many. Wide open. Not a whole lot of pass rush on Hurts on that play. We did bring 5, but it was a one-on-one. AJ Brown, I think that was Butler on the back end. There was just no help, and I don't know why you don't double AJ Brown closer to the line of scrimmage. I don't understand the scheme personally, but this was kind of happening all day. So remember, Dev, if you remember last time we played the Eagles, I think Dev was like, put BSJ on Forbes. Yeah. I mean, sorry, BSJ on AJ Brown, not Forbes. But I guess Brown's just one of them dudes who's going to tear up anybody, right?
Yeah, he doesn't tear us up.
Yeah. No fun. All right. Next one. Do you guys want to see the Logan touchdown? Do you want to see AJ Brown's 2 touchdowns? We got
shit from AJ Brown. I've already seen enough of that dude.
we got let's go to
I could never see him again. He just keep putting up points.
Crucial. This was probably one of the changing points of the game. This was the sack that Andrew Wiley gave up. Holistically, let's talk about this play right here. So this was 2:18 left in the fourth quarter. So 2 minutes 18 left in the fourth. It's 31-24, and it's 4th and 4. Okay, that's the scene setter for this. We had to convert this to keep going, and let's just see what happens. Comes around, Hassan Reddick, just no time. I mean, if you look at the receivers, by the time Hassan Reddick gets back there, I mean, there's no one even in their route.
Look, he's at the top of his drop, and Wiley's already beat.
Right. He may have been able to just
4-man rush, and you've got 6 back there protecting. Wiley had one job to do.
Yeah, and AG, he shifted left, and then there was just nothing. Tough.
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 I don't know where he was going on that though.
Yeah. I don't either. But and Sam was only sacked one time all game.
That was the one.
Here's the thing. If Wiley does his job, run that forward about a couple steps.
Pushes him outside to create a pocket.
I think 83 to the right, and all the receivers are taking the defenders up.
Yeah.
So you'd have a
he had a quarterback run there to the left. I wish he just took off left. He got away.
He has to hit the top of his drop to make that decision, to see that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even get an opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Lastly, let's look at the Crowder throw. To me, this was arguably one of Sam's best throws all year.
That was nasty.
Right?
That was across the body. That was across the body too, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Yeah, that was nasty.
This was arm strength does. People, this is arm talent does.
Just let it ride.
Give me Heineke.
Crazy.
Steps to the left, about to get rocked.
Heineke tries that. It's picked off of the 10, by the way.
We might have had Diami on there too.
Actually,
number 2, Diami. You might have had Diami on there too.
Diami would have dropped it somehow.
Of course. I don't know if you saw Diami's tweet, but he was angry after that game. Yeah. He saw Jamison Crowder go off, and if you watch the game, the Jamison Crowder catch, he was, I don't know if it was fully extended, but it was beautiful. Beautiful pass.
He's angry that Jamison Crowder went off.
I don't know. It's just,
Jamison Crowder's earned these snaps, dude.
Oh, he sure has.
Diami has not earned crap.
Yeah.
Since the Tennessee Titans game last season.
Yep. Recap quickly on the stats here. So we talked about Sam, 39 for 52, 397, 4-1, quarterback rating of 114. B-Rob, 10 rushes, 59 yards. No one else worth talking about for running. There wasn't that many more stats. Jahan Dotson, 8 for 108, 10 targets, touchdown. Jamison Crowder, 7 for 95, 1 touchdown, 7 targets. So he caught 7 for 7. Old boy is back. Terry, 5 receptions on 12 targets, 63 yards and a touchdown. Logan Thomas, 6 receptions on 8 targets, 44 yards and a touchdown. And Gibby, or AG, 5 for 28. Curtis Samuel, 4 for 22. B-Rob, 2 for 20. And John Bates, 1 for 17.
Terry should have been 7 receptions.
There are your stats.
Terry should have been 7.
Marcus says, I'm talking about when the season over. That's when I can't wait for Ron Rivera and JDR. Praying for your family. Terrence, William Kavanaugh, say we beat the Eagles pretty well. Hal's a good quarterback. Just runs for his life a majority of the time, unfortunately. Doesn't have enough time before he has taken.
Not yesterday.
But Corey,
not yesterday, and look what happened. If he came 2 completions, Terry, again, he came 2 completions shy of tying Kirk Cousins for the most completions in a single game in franchise history yesterday. Y'all realize that?
Yeah.
He has now his sole possession of second most completions in a game in the entire history of this franchise. That's more than Sammy Ball ever did, more than Sonny Jurgensen, more than Doug Williams, more than Mark Rippon, more than Joe Theismann, more than Robert Griffin III. The only man who's ever had more is Kirk Cousins. That's because, like our current OC, Jay Gruden never ran the ball.
Yeah. We were 7 for 12 on third downs. They were 8 for 13. So that's a much improvement over the previous week. 470 yards total offense to 374. As much as I bitched about the running, we had more net yards rushing than they only had 59 yards rushing to our 84.
We stopped the run. And when we did run, we ran effectively because even the run plays were those up the middle. If they were running a draw, it was up the middle. It wasn't trying to run it off tackle or try to run a counter play. If it was turn around handoff, it was boom.
I don't think it was effective. Outside of B-Rob's long run, we didn't do anything in the run game. That was
and
3/4 of the
a bunch of 1-2 yard losses.
Yeah.
An effective run game doesn't have to have flashy numbers. It just has to get positive yards and keep the opposing team's defense honest. That's what I mean by effective.
Yeah.
Efficient for what it was.
But there's a situational aspect to it too. And Corey, I ask your opinion. So yesterday I did the math. It was 74-36 yesterday for pass run ratio. In total, we only did rush. We passed the ball 52 times. We ran the ball 16, 52-16. Is that too much? Is that too little? Is that not enough given what we saw yesterday and how the game flow was going? And we were up and we were tied. We weren't really down by a lot. But what do you think about that pass run ratio?
I mean, at the end of the day, you lose the game, and it doesn't matter how flashy it is, right? I'm under the impression I think you need to run the ball a little bit more because you got to shorten this game up. I get for how efficient the offense was with passing the ball and everything, but there's sometimes you got to man check these guys. You got to give them a manhood check. And offensive linemen, they like to go forward. They don't always like to go back. Give these guys, reward your offensive linemen for protecting your quarterback for once in a lifetime. Let them go ahead and push forward instead of being back on their heels the whole time. And I mean, there were a couple plays like the Gibson run. Y'all remember that Gibson run where he ran off the tackle and he got about 7 yards on first down? I need to see that a little bit more. I don't need B-Rob running out wide like that. That's what you have Gibson for. And then you know what makes it a good passing, a good running game also? Kind of what Phil alluded to, the short passing game, because some of those short passes just kind of work as runs as well too. I would have liked to see a little bit more traditional runs. Maybe on that 4th and 1, I would have liked to see a run. I'm not crucifying them for going for it, but maybe run the ball there. But it is
or don't throw a cross field out route, throw a slant or something you can get for a yard, or two.
Yeah, a sure completion.
I would have thought a design a QB.
I would just kick the yard, made a 60, kick it, make a 60, kick it.
He hit
the 60 after that. That just went crap. We could add those points too.
I mean, a game clock is 40 seconds on a full hand swing. So you're towards the end of the game when we had that run. I mean, it was 3rd and 1, we passed. It was 4th and 1, we passed. There was like 3 short, less than 1 yards, and we passed. I'm not mad at him passing.
I'm not mad at him passing. The passing worked all game. But it's just a point, like, why would you do that pass? That's what I was concerned about. It looked like that was a long developing out route. Like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just do something quick, or like one of those bubble screens you've been getting for 2 or 3 yards every time?
Yeah.
Or run it, But it's cool. I wish they would have just field goaled it, man. Because if you had made that field goal, which it was in his range, obviously, if you had made that field goal, man, they would have not a game down the field. They wouldn't have had to go 50 yards for a touchdown.
Are you talking about the time where they took instead of taking the points? They should have took the points.
Yeah, take the points, man. That's crazy as hell. You're up. Take the points. 17 to 3 would have been momentum buster, man. Yeah. Momentum buster.
William Cavanaugh says, I say we play the Eagles pretty well. How's a good quarterback? Just runs for his life. Majority of the time, unfortunately, doesn't have enough time before he has to take off running. Yeah, says it's funny when you see all the offensive stats for this team. If you just look at them, you say, dang, we won, right? And then you remember Jack Del Rio is your defensive coordinator. Angry John Allen, I think, is kind of agreeing with you there. He's making
what did John Allen do yesterday to help?
Comments.
He's right here. Asked him. He's right there.
I was effing prepared for Philadelphia. Just because I couldn't get to the quarterback, it's Chase Young's fault. You saw what Deron Payne did. That's because of me. I'm effing tired of this stuff. It's been 7 years, man. 7 years. You take that nose and shove it up your mouth, Phil. Tired of you talking to me like that, like you J.P. Finley. There you go. Does that work?
Keith Finley don't talk to him like that.
Y'all hear his interview on the Junkies today?
Man.
Yes, y'all see him on the interview
Yeah,
today with the Junkies when I asked him.
There and say, "Hey, you didn't show up, John." That would be mean.
Did y'all hear him on the Junkies today when I asked him if he want to be traded? He was on there. He's like, no, he's like, I never said that. I've never once said I want to be traded. I want to be here.
Yeah.
John likes being here. I mean, overall, I think he likes the area. He's settled in well. He knows the fan base.
He's from the area.
He is.
Yeah.
Rocket Man 1033 says, correct, Corey. Correct. Corey, have to keep the defense off balance. Yep. Thank you for tuning in, Rockman 1033. We appreciate you. Short pass and quick routes. We're carrying that game. And the highlights I watched, more quick plays. Also, guys cheat to set up those longer developing routes and such. So, yeah. Yam even said, Phil is right. Well, look at that, Phil. A lot of our louder players on defense are no-shows during the game time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's go right into some overreaction Monday. Corey, let's start with you, man. What is an overreaction that you have after this game? Don't got to be true. Don't got to be enduring, but it's an overreaction. So what's an overreaction you're thinking of right now?
I don't see another win on the schedule. That's the I guess it's an overreaction. I don't see another win on this schedule. You know, if we continue to play in our trajectory, like we got the Giants coming up, so we'll forget how to play. Bill Belichick is good against young quarterbacks, right? And he kind of has the playbook behind it. We played Dallas, Miami, San Francisco, still down the stretch. So, you know, I don't know where these wins are going to come from. But, yeah, that's my overreaction. I don't know if we're going to win another game. And you know what? I'm still tired. 7 years, and I've done nothing to help. 7 years. I'm tired of this crap.
There you go.
And the Rams and the Jets.
There you go. Yeah, where will we get another win at? I mean, I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Man, look, the Rams, Jets, the Giants, Seahawks, Patriots, they all basically they're like one and a half games better than us, man. It's not like we're all in the same vicinity of record.
I feel like they're all better coach teams than us, though.
I mean, no, I'm not saying we're better than them. I'm just saying they're not that much if they are better than us. They all are not good. They're all like borderline playoff teams, which is what I thought we would be anyways, a borderline playoff team. Or out. We'll be barely in or barely out. We knew this shit. Yeah. Y'all knew it, man. And everybody's all the sky's falling, but let's be realistic. Washington still probably has the best record they've had through 7 games in like 4 years. It's crazy to think that. But it's probably the best record we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, man.
But
at this point,
you're 0-3. You're 0-3 in the division.
Right, that's so.
The chances of coming back from that are very slim.
Not really, because everybody else is going to be like 0-3 in the division, except for the team that's probably going to win the division anyways. We still got 2 against the Cowboys and 1 against the Giants. You got to make them count.
Okay, so Corey's overreaction is no more wins. Marcus says, my overreaction is some fans are angry with Terry McLaurin.
Should be.
Yeah, should be. It's your
I told y'all, man, you can't pay a dude $23 million and not do $23 million receiver shit. I mean, I've always said it. And I love Terry, bro. I mean, you know, it's $23 million is going rate.
There you go, Phil. There you go.
$21 million is a going rate for a number 1 receiver, man. So I'm not going to give him any shade on it. But, you know, hey, man, let's name all the receivers. They're making $23 million and up and ask ourselves, will they drop 2 passes when the receiver need to have 2 passes?
Was it back-to-back?
Yeah.
Was it back-to-back? I think it was pretty darn close.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Back-to-back. And then we got it on 4th down. Dotson had the catch that ended up being a drop, but a catch. You know, like it's just –
yeah.
You can't make this shit up, man. Get all the way to the end, and then somebody just drops the ball every time. Literally, figuratively, and literally speaking, dropping the ball.
Yeah. Yep. My overreactions just sell. You know, blow it all up. Not that I want to blow it up, but
I wouldn't.
That's an overreaction. I wouldn't either.
What's the new owner going to have when he? What's the new regime going to have?
Well,
if you got young players, if they were older, I'd agree. But younger players, you want the young players, man. Who wouldn't want to come here and have Chase, Sweat, Curl, and those guys? You know what I'm saying? And then let him make the decision. You know, I would pay one if you got to overpay him a little bit. You got the money, do it, and then tag the other one. I would keep them both, and not try to get Fuller and Curl in here too.
Yep.
Later.
Well, Dev, while you're at it, what is your man? Why am I getting this damn spam DMs? Dev, what is your overreaction for Monday?
My overreaction is that we got a good offensive line. That's my overreaction.
Good yesterday.
Yeah, man. I mean, guess who fucked up at the end? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like I said, you just can't write a book any better, man. Like you knew this. Everything you figured the worst case scenario would happen will probably happen. We're gonna play these niggas close, and then Wiley's gonna let a sack get through. And McLaurin's going to drop 2 passes, and we're going to catch a ball, but they're going to say it's not a catch, but it was a catch. And we're going to have a dude drop a ball on 4th down that wasn't dropped that we didn't challenge. Like everything crazy. We're going to double team this nigga, and he's still going to catch the ball twice. You know, like there's nothing you can do, man. Like sometimes the football guys are just not on your side, man. Yeah. That's my overreaction. The football guys hate us. That's my overreaction.
Corey, real quick before we get to Phil, why did the line play so well yesterday? What do you think changed?
Arrogance change. That's what it was. You put Chris Paul in there, and you put Tyler Larson's in there, and you shuffled them. You shuffled those guys out because it was injury, and Nick Gates' ineptitude. I think he was an insurgent for the New York Giants, but I do. He was a mark for him, y'all. I'm telling you. But I think that's what it was. That it was that change. And Larson, what was he like 6-1-1 last year when he started for us? So something.
It might be a glue guy.
Yeah. Yam says, "Come on, Corey. You know we're gonna be win 3 or 4 more games. Be stuck picking 12 to 18 just outside of any worthwhile position."
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to believe your overreaction, do you? That's right.
I've always thought that's going to happen. You're going to be just far enough not to get somebody that matters, man. You know, with a good player.
Dave joining us from Facebook says we have the worst secondary in the league. I think they were so good last year, and they just
Eagles secondary is worse. Believe it or not, the Eagles secondary is worse.
Chris Harris, man,
statistically,
that's what's telling you. Chris Harris is missing. He is the missing link to that secondary, because y'all notice how when Bob Jackson or Bill Jackson 3 sticks left last year, how that secondary started coming together and playing as a unit. Richard Rodgers, Brett Vesselmeyer, they haven't figured it out. Chris Harris somehow he figured it out last year with them guys, and I think that dude is sorely missed.
Yeah, Phil, what's your overreaction, man, for Monday?
That we finally we went toe to toe again with the Eagles. We finally have figured out that if you replace guys who are on the offensive line, that better results can happen. That if you call plays that don't require the offensive line to continually hold the line hold off the rush for 5-6 seconds, for these slow developing plays, that you can get the ball off, you can run your game plan. That we finally have figured it out. This is where the turnaround begins. That's my overreaction.
It's what happens, except
we
don't have
push. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
We don't have Heineke in the driver's seat.
Hey, Heineke look good. They scored on 4 straight plays, 4 straight drives on them yesterday.
Yeah. Ryan Elias, thanks for joining. Said double team with Brown. Double team Brown with Quan and Forbes. Yeah. Corey said earlier, you knew it was coming.
Still our quarterback looked like a Pro Bowler.
Spider Monkey 304 says, "Do we think Major Tuddy has any trade value? He's got a slick fade now. So
you got to go for what they're saying. You got to go for more than what they're saying. Montez Sweat going for. Listen, man, if y'all think we should trade Montez Sweat for a third, eat a dick, bro, because that's stupid. I mean, you realize you can get a third on compensation picks, man, for him because he's been to 2 Pro Bowls. I would just let him go if that's the case. I would just let him go if that's the case. Now, I'm not going to give.
They're talking about a third that could turn into a conditional second if he signs an extension with that team. So it could be a second.
That's too much. It's too much.
Sweat to get traded, get salty, not sign an extension and go test free agency just to screw us.
No, not even that, bro. What the fuck are we gonna do with a second rounder? Like, why
Yeah,
would you trade it for a worse pick? Keep the
Yeah.
third, bro. Don't
No, that's
trade
why you
for
trade
a
the
second.
trade a second rounder for 2 thirds.
Don't take. I'll
Yeah.
take 2 sixes. Why would take a second, man? We do nothing with
Dev's
second
just
round
living in
picks,
that.
bro.
Dev's a revisionist. He
No
likes-
second round pick zone, bro. We don't need to ever draft a dude in the second round. Don't ever do that, man.
Listen,
No
Sua Craven says otherwise, man. He
Man.
said he would argue.
Dang.
Man, fuck Sewell
There you
Cravens.
go.
Fuck Bad
Yeah.
Boy and his staff. And if you down
And,
Bad Boy, fuck you too.
Yeah.
Chino XL, fuck you too.
Deluxe
I
says
just
it's an
don't- I
average
like-
O-line
I like
that was
Chino
being asked to
XL,
do
bro.
too much before yesterday. Facebook people, come hit this like button. Yes, please do. Thank you very much. Ryan said, my
Hit it
overreaction
on,
is
hit it on
possible-
YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube, not on Facebook. We have something special on offense. I can't think of the last time we put up this many points this early in the season. Maybe RG3's rookie year. Yeah. Dave says our O-line's pretty bad too, but they played like champs against the Eagles. They do. They play the Eagles hard, man. So we just can't flop against these teams you're supposed to win.
They had a year with Jay Gruden, man, was head coach who had a pretty good offense.
Yeah, with Kirk. Shout out to
Yeah,
Kirk,
yeah.
man. Tore his
Yeah.
Achilles.
When
Kurt.
Sean McVay was in there.
Right.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good offense.
Marcus said Darryl Green said it best. He can help Emmanuel Forbes.
Man, I hated that
Then
Tom
do
played
it,
that clip
Darryl.
and didn't
Don't
finish the
say it.
clip.
Yeah.
I wish they would have showed the rest of the clip because Darryl Green got into some really good specifics. Because that
Yep.
clip that everybody shopping around, they really didn't. It looked worse than what he really
Yeah.
said. You know what I'm saying?
Yam says, eat a giant dick on that one, Phil. He's not talking to you, Phil. He meant to say he agrees with Dev, Phil, and personally, I'd rather keep Sweat anyway. So Dave was saying Travis Kelce was a 6th rounder. I don't know if he was a 6th rounder. He
Travis Kelce also played quarterback, I think, right? A little
Yes,
bit
at
college.
Cincinnati. He sure was. And he was about to get kicked. He got kicked off the team, lost his quarterback scholarship, and then he had to come back as a tight end, walk on, and then got another scholarship. So Spider Monkey 304 says, what food would you trade Antonio Gibson for?
He's smashing a billionaire. So look, that worked.
Yeah.
Well, worked out for him.
What food would you trade Antonio
American
Gibson for?
dream.
I don't know. We'll have to come back to that one.
Grits.
Sushi.
with
Anything.
third
butter and sugar on it.
Yeah. Corey, let's talk stock up, stock down. Whose stock is up? Whose stock is down?
Stock up. I get Jahan Dotson, man. Jahan Dotson. He's got his hands back, boys and girls. After having those brick cement hands,
Not according to the referee.
he called Lieutenant Dan and said, you got magic legs. Can you give me the magic hands? I got to go with my boy, numero uno, the chosen Han. Give me Jahan Dotson for the stock down. Can I go with, does it have to be a person or
Do whatever you want, man.
Okay.
vote.
Stock down. Emmanuel Forbes' mental health. Because how can you continually put the man up against his abuser and continually get abused? You don't put the victim in the same room with the agitator. And what did they do? Ron Rivera actually even said, he had the audacity, boys. You go back and listen to it. We liked some of the packages and we gave him help. I said, what help? For him to hurt himself? I'm not trying to go in there dark corner, but you got to be kidding me. The fact of the matter is that this youngin is probably his footsteps. He sees the number 11 on the McDonald's meal before he goes into Redskin Park, and he has flashbacks. He's like, I'm hating it right now. That is the problem. It's Emmanuel Forbes' mental health because they keep on putting the victim against his aggressor. That's
I'm sorry, but who did Brown lost for that touchdown?
Everybody got it.
All right,
He was a can man.
Emmanuel Forbes, they
He
did
was
have help.
twice,
But here's
though,
the thing.
Phil.
Here's the thing I'll give Emmanuel Forbes. He did
can,
not
yeah.
let Brown get behind him. All those catches were in front of him.
What's
Yeah,
name got
that
2
one-
on him too? BSJ got 2 on him too.
Oh, yeah.
BSJ
Hey,
got
man.
lost.
Yeah, it was a can. That's what they're gonna call Hertz. New name is the can man. Any man can get an African, American, Mexican, Caucasian can. Anybody can get a touchdown pass put on them.
But here's my question and why I say that also. He hadn't had any legitimate snaps from that first game of the month until really until this game, and then you decide to put him out there. It's
40.
literally
40 snaps.
Old ass Julio
40.
Jones,
40.
bro.
40 snaps
crazy.
this game.
Old ass Julio Jones, bro.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you literally, he was coming. AJ Brown said, look, man, Ford, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming at you at the end of the month. Rent's due. Guess what? Rent was due yesterday, and he couldn't pay the bill.
Julio Jones got more catches on the season than De'Ami Brown, I bet.
That's probably fact, Dev.
Could be. Thought you were trying to say Julio Jones caught that on Emmanuel Forrest. Like, man, he's catching strays. He wasn't in on that play.
I think that was Johnson. He caught that. Johnson was ass. He gave up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Saying everybody, Hurts was like, you can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
Hey, so did Sam. Sam just got just as many
Sam
touchdowns as Logan did. I mean, Jalen did. Spider Monkey 304 says Logan Thomas stock up, Crowder stock up, Butler stock down. And refs stock down.
The refs are some assholes, bro.
Phil, stock up, stock down.
Stock up. Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. Now I've called 2 proper games of this offense. You made some changes on the defense, on the offensive line, which you still need to make one more. Andrew Wiley. Go into Andrew Wiley and Nancy Kerrigan his ass with a baton and then to force him into retirement, please. Get him out of here. I'm telling you, Eric. Stock up on you progressed greatly from 7 points against the piss awful Giants to 31 on Philly 2 times now. Now, I gotta see you do it against other people, but hey, you're proven you're giving our future All-Pro quarterback an opportunity to show us he's a future All-Pro. Yes, I said that, people. Stock down. Terry, man. $23 million receiver. You got to make those $23 million plays. Dev said it best. You got to make those plays. Yep. Those are the plays you're paid to make.
Yep.
Right there. And those were in your hands, both of them. Those are catches we've seen you make before.
They made way harder catches.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is probably a 1 week stock down, and probably next week he's going to go, 9 for 150 and 2 touchdowns, and he'll be stocked back up again because that's what Terry does. Terry does not have many bad games. This wasn't even a bad game overall. It's just that you happen to have 2 consecutive drops on when we could get first downs that would have potentially won us the game or at least sent to overtime.
Yep.
And you didn't. And so for that, you get stocked down. You're still on that pedestal. Your pedestal is just a little lower right now.
Marcus says stock up the whole offense, stock down the whole defense, coaches and some of the outspoken players on defense. Ooh, Spider Monkey. 4th and 1 play call, stock down. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm assuming that's the pass, not the
pass. Yeah. Did good on that one, by the way. Good. Dave Razor said agreed. Stock up Bieniemy. He did call a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man said, nah, leave Terry alone. He can do no wrong. Hey, no one is above the law. No one can be above the law, in my opinion.
Look, I love Terry. He's probably my favorite player on the offense. I'm giving him a stock down. Yeah. All right. Relative to where he was, that's so uncharacteristic for him.
Yeah.
You take a peg, you come down a peg. Most of the defense is already so low, I can't take him down any further.
Yeah. For me, stock up. Offensive line. We've been trashing you all year. You played a good one. Got to give you your credit. Except Wiley.
Well, what's going on? Why is no one asking him about Cornelius Lucas playing over Wiley, dog? Why is no one saying anything to him about that shit?
No idea.
Like, I would rather play Gates than Wiley.
Wiley's got compromising pictures of not just Eric Bieniemy, but of Ron Rivera, Brian Mitchell, J.P. Finley, Doc Walker. He's got compromising photos about all of them because no one dares speak his name.
He must have got a.
Did he get those pictures of Jack Del Rio at the Capitol too?
He must
have did. He must have got
pictures of Magic Johnson.
All things considered, Jack Del Rio probably showed up on January 8th.
Yeah.
He must have got a picture of Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Magic.
Oh God!
Oh, he got a Magic Johnson bukkake party.
All right. My stock. Oh, hold on.
You know, there was going to be at some point before someone made a joke like that, and I thought it was going to be me, but Dev beat me.
My stock down is a defensive line. Once again,
for Magic Johnson.
No pressure. Dev, you got to stock up, stock down, or should we just continue? You got stock up, stock down?
Stock up, definitely. How? It's easy. Stock down. Terry, man, I agree with you guys. You can't drop. You got to get paid $23 million nigga shit. You got to do it, dog. You got to play the game.
Him and Jahan are just like swapping places, man. Can't we all just?
I think McLaurin had 2 touchdowns. He almost had a third. It's just a little too deep.
All right.
Terry had a ball ass game, bro.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna talk this to the receiver room. I'm sure I'll switch up. Whatever communicable disease for drops there is, I'm sure like Jahan went and double high five Terry after a play in practice, and Terry caught that. Someone go double high five like De'Ami Brown, since he don't play, and let him keep the dropsies. All right, go pass that on to him.
Ryan says, "Stock up, Jamison Crowder, getting more touches."
How about Joey Sly getting a stock up?
Yeah, I was going to get to that one.
There's a lot of
Spider Monkey says Joey Sly stock up 61 yarder. Is that what it was?
Franchise 61? Record, baby.
Hey,
I
stock up
for it too.
Stock up for Cheeseman. I haven't seen any bad snaps in the last few games, man. So Cheeseman, man, working through his shit.
He's off the chopping block. Deluxe says stock up. Mathis for playing football. In on the fumble too. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Deluxe, good grab.
Spider says, "Bro, kick the team record and no one cares." Poor guy. Yeah, we don't give Joey
Sly. He just doesn't get a stock up for 1 field goal. Now, if he hit 2, like if he had hit another field goal in that game,
he should have got a chance at halftime.
Like 50. Like last season, he kicked 2 50+ yarders against Philly to help us win.
Yeah, and
I praised him for that.
Yim says, in other news, anyone else find it ironic that the big anti-vaxxer quarterbacks both out with the same injury? Kirk and someone else? Achilles?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron.
He didn't be in the same week.
Hey, Corey, we're going to do a good, bad, ugly, great, man. Rip these off. See if you can give us these, man, as we go down the line here.
Okay, good. Sam Howell. Bad. Medea's next movie star over here, Jonathan Allen, didn't show up. I guess I Left My Strength in New York City. That's a Tyler Perry movie coming this fall. And then the ugly, I said it before. I say this secondary was ugly. If you had kids there, you should have blinded their eyes, because I have never seen such penetration legally on network television. And then the great
not even make me feel good, Holly Berry.
No. There was no Astroglide or nothing with it, Dev.
Damn.
Let's go. The great was the fact that we're on to New England.
Okay.
There you go.
On to New England. Fair. All right. Phil, what you got?
Good, scoring 31 points. Joey Sly kicking a 61-yard field goal. Offense, humming coming at you. All right.
Man.
Bad. Our defense, our pass defense, our run defense was good. That kept us in the game a lot because Philly wanted to run the ball. We didn't let them. Ugly. Officiating. Terrible. Again. I don't know. Is it us that we just get these horrible crews because we're just not looked at as a good team, so they don't give us the prime crew or what? I don't know. But we've gotten some bad crews this year. Just ones you look at and objectively, you're like, that ain't right.
Right.
And I'm not one that likes to blame officiating, but I said we had enough bad calls against us that probably was about a 7-point difference there. Doesn't win us the game, but maybe take it to overtime.
Doesn't help you either. Yeah.
Doesn't help. Great. Sam Howell. Dude, that was a career performance for a lot of quarterbacks that we just saw that he put up there. 39 completions, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Come on, people.
I mean, he's doing it, right? What else does the guy need to do? Seriously.
Legally change his name to Devontae.
Samuel Devontae Howell. That's what his name is, man. People don't
I know
realize.
he's changed it to Devontae Samuel Howell or something. I don't know.
I still don't know.
Just put a little extra sauce and swag on the first name, and I think people will be down for it. I think people just don't like having a quarterback named Sam.
Yeah. Dev,
Sam just sounds like the nerdy little kid in the back corner of the class. That's why I think a lot of people I think that's where they get this like mental thing. They don't realize that this dude is ice cold out there, man.
Ice cold? How cold?
Ice cold.
All right. Hey, Dev, you feeling any better about Sam? I know you're very skeptical. You don't think he's the guy yet. Did that game sway you?
More. I mean, I know he has 400 passing yard games in him. I mean, we've seen the arm talent. I just need to see him dissect the defense better and not make the dumb pass. But yeah, man, I'm definitely my chips are in on the guy. I'd like to see him keep getting his opportunities and keep playing for us, man.
Yeah.
It also benefits the team to have a quarterback on a rookie scale salary, man, for the next few years. That definitely is an upside in itself. So yeah, so I'll start with the great. The great was Hal, man. Hal showed his ass, man. He was out there dealing, man. It was impressive. The pass at the end, like you said, across the body to the corner, it was beautiful. The Crowder, man.
Hey, Dev, hold on 1 second, Dev. Okay. That's for Phil.
All right, Hal is a baller, man. That's the great. The good, I'm gonna go with Crowder. He made a few splash plays for us and replaced Curtis Samuel, who hurt himself. I think he would have had a foot or something like that. They said Curtis Samuel. They said he was healthy enough to come back. But they held him out for precautionary reasons. So yeah, I definitely want to see. More Crowder seems to be a good idea over Dayami, obviously. The bad, obviously, the bad is Wiley. He's trash juice, shit water, whatever you want to call him, man. And the Wiley peyote, he's terrible. You are terrible at football, sir. Please sit down and let Cornelius Lucas take your job, man. This is stupid. We keep talking about it. The ugly, every defensive back out there not named Fuller, you are horrible against most teams this year. There's always somebody burning each and every one of you. It's a new guy every day. One day is Forbes. This week is Johnson. Another time it's BSJ. And it's always seems to be Butler. You know, Quan gets out there, makes a good little play here and there, and then he gets tore up again. You know,
I'm gonna shoot Butler some bail. He had a decent game yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, have a good game. Have a good game 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and not have a good game in 1 week, and then have 4 terrible ones to stack on top of it.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
and hopefully this is game 1 of 3 or 4 in a row.
Our defense once again was
thinking.
Our defense was once again Colorado campfire-ish.
Yeah. Shout out to Toothpick First String Podcast. Check him out on YouTube. Says Corey, you stole my costume for tomorrow.
If you don't know what a Colorado campfire is, look at our previous episodes or Google that shit.
Yeah.
Colorado campfire. There's our defense.
Yep. Phil, quickly, good, bad, ugly, great.
I already gave you mine.
I'm sorry, my turn. Good. Defense. Excuse me. The run defense, surprisingly, run defense did well. We held them to 59 yards rushing, man. Got to give them a little bit of props. Bad, just like you said, Dev, DBs. Ugly, I'm going to go back to it. 4th and short play calling, man. A situational play calling when you need to burn clock. That's 40 seconds per play. You could have ran 2 or 3 of those, knocked off, you know, I just don't.
That was a play right before halftime, too, before the go for it moment that he had like a 5 or 6 yard dump off and he didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? But and then the next play he had to go for more yards. But it's like you had to have it on 4th down. So I'm like, why is this situation even happening? We put ourselves in this horrible situation. We beat ourselves yesterday.
Yeah. Great is Sam Howell. Plain and simple. Yam says good. EB developing the scheme better. Still needs work. Bad defense giving up 38. And we got to go look at how many points you're giving up on average. It's up there. Ugly JDR still being here. Great. Sam is here.
It was coming down too. That's the worst part.
Marcus, good blocking, bad 7 first-round picks on defense. I think it's 6, but you know what? We'll say 7 just because it makes it even worse. Got embarrassing, ugly refs. Sam at refs. Great Sam Howe for week 1. Shut up, the fans who want Taylor Heineke back. Got me Taylor Heineke.
He shut them up by week 2. I don't know why he should have, but here's the thing: they won't shut up. They're like cockroaches.
Okay. Yam says we're giving up 28.5 points per game. Oof.
It had been coming down because we'd only allowed 15 over the previous 2 games on average.
Yeah.
16 to the
16 says,
to the Falcons, 14 to the Giants.
Reminds me of all the people trying to force into drafting Malik Willis. Where is he now? Hey, Will Levis had his first coming out party. He did pretty well. Game balls. All right, Corey, let's go out and give out some game balls here. We usually do offense, defense, try to do one on each side, however you want to break it up, but these are your balls to give. So
pause.
Give them.
Pause. Man, I hate giving game balls out after a loss, but
that's why it's hard.
Yeah, let's go Sam Howell on offense. And I mean, defense, I just don't feel – I feel like it would be criminal to give them one. So in lieu of giving a defensive one, I'll give Joey Sly one for kicking a 61-yard field.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Spider Monkey says JDR's playbook must be a different language because these dudes don't know what the hell they doing back there. Real quick,
that's not JDR's fault that a guy didn't follow his man on man-to-man. That's also the JDR's fault that 2 guys was guarding 1 receiver and couldn't knock the ball down on more than 1 occasion. That's also not his fault that the receiver went right across Johnson's face into a slant and he didn't follow him for an easy touchdown to Julio Jones. None of those are Del Rio's fault. That's players not doing their jobs, bro. That's all that is. That's not Del Rio's fault, man. If he calls a play, do what he says. If you get burnt up doing what he says, then it's Del Rio's fault.
But if you do the same thing every week over and over and over and over and over again, does it come to a point where
you have to yank him? Who you gonna put in? You gonna put Troy Apke in? You put
at
Troy
some point
in?
A coach has responsibility because the buck stops with him. I'm just saying, you are the coach, you are the leader. The buck
who are you
stops
going to
with
put in? Everybody's hurt. Forrest and Reeves are hurt. You going to put in Troy Apke?
I don't know.
You just got to figure out a new scheme. We figured out ways to stop the run because we have stopped. We mitigated Atlanta. We mitigated Saquon Barkley. We stuffed Philly, really. Swift was nothing running the ball. So you've proven it. Okay, now we were getting gashed in the run. So now we're stopping that. Now you got to figure out this pass defense one way or the other. Man, whether we just decide to say the hell with it, it is all out blitz all the time, and just hope that you force enough mistakes that your defensive backs can get in front of some of these passes. But
that's what Giants do.
Yeah. Corey, what do you think about this graphic? So for the audio crowd, there's a graphic on Twitter where they're showing Pat Mahomes and Sam Howell essentially have almost the same exact stats this year. Pat has 15 and 8 for touchdown interception. Sam's at 13 and 8. Completions 209 for Pat, 206 for Sam. Attempts 304 for Pat, 308 for Sam. Passing yardage 2258 for Pat, 2146 for Sam. Do you take any stock in this, or it's just kind of a
give me let me see how many times Pat's been sacked compared to Sam and stuff. I mean, I get there's comparison. Now, I do think there is some legs to saying that Bieniemy is missed in Kansas City because and people were like they were talking about the quarterback thing, like Kevin Sheehan was talking about. I feel like Matt Nagy's has more of a role in this offense than Eric Bieniemy has. I don't care what it is. It ain't working like it used to. So I don't really take stock in that, but it is interesting. I think it says more about Kansas City than it says about Washington, though.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. All right. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program here. Game balls. Phil, let's get yours out. What you got?
First of all, those numbers should tell you that you've got a potential franchise guy here. Period. Is he as good as Pat Mahomes? No, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. But at the same time, he's doing that behind a much worse offensive line than Pat Mahomes.
True.
Keep that in mind. And he's also much younger in terms of his career age. So, quarterback question settled at this point.
Yeah.
But since Corey gave him a game ball, I'm not, because we don't do that kind of
No, we do not.
Right here.
You get one.
That's not what we do. So I'm giving a game ball to Jamison Crowder because he was giving me all the 2015-16 vibes with how he was playing yesterday. And realistically, when he's had a chance to contribute, he's contributed every time he's touched the ball this season, and it all came together yesterday. So Jamison Crowder, he gets a game ball. Problem is, now I got to look at the rest of this team, and I want to take away more offensive players for these two guys up here. So now I got to think about who else am I going to give a game ball to? Let's give a game ball, and God, I never thought I would ever say this in my life. I'm going to give a game ball to Casey Toohill.
Oh, dude, you took mine. Damn it. Phil. Okay, that's cool. That's a great one. I had him teed up. All good.
Yeah, because,
damn it.
Not only did he get a sack, but he got a sack running down Jalen Hurts.
Man. I thought I was going to be slick and no one's going to give it to him, but
Casey Toohill is one of those guys. He's what you call a high motor guy.
Yeah. That's what Ryan Kerrigan was. High motor.
Yeah. That
almost like Moxie.
You know what that's the code word for?
Athletic and white.
Yeah, that's why about athletic white guy.
On offense, we call that Moxie.
Yeah.
Or racist people call it white. I don't know.
In the NFL. Yeah.
Troy Apke, high motor.
Yeah. All right.
Apke's actually fat, whereas Dion calls it fast.
Okay. So, Phil, you're going Casey Toohill?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the other one?
Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder. Okay. Dev, who you got?
Who'd you have, Corey?
I had Sam Howell and Joey Sly.
Man, it's gonna be rough.
There's one obvious one, guys.
Yeah.
Layup.
All right. My game ball goes to
do you want me to go?
No, I'm going with Logan Thomas for the truck.
Damn
stick.
you!
I'm going Logan Thomas for the truck stick on the sidelines. I don't know if we have that play.
I got an audible. I got to stop letting y'all go first, man.
But on offense, on defense, I'm gonna go with Dotson.
Defense. He's
offense. Damn, I just gave him one.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm gonna go defense. Damn it. That's gonna be a hard one.
You can give it to Cheeseman, special teamer.
I'm gonna go to Montez Sweat.
Okay.
He had a sack, right?
He had a sack. He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Montez Sweat.
Sure did. Okay. For me, since you guys took all the ones I had queued up,
I didn't take Dotson.
I had Logan. I'm going to give offense to Jahan Dotson. He bounced back in a big way. 8 catches, 8 receptions on 10 targets, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, average 13.5. He did well. And then for defense, this is a very tough one. Slash special teams. You know what? We gave one to Toohill. We gave one to Sly. Tress Way, you can have one. 2 punts, 48 yards. Had a 56-yard booming punt though, so I'll give him mine. So, any other
field position type punts?
That's right. A couple in the chat. Spider Monkey Dotson game ball. Cam forced a fumble. He did force a fumble on that tush push right at the goal line. I forgot about that. Pardon my French for a minute, Phil, but I don't give a fuck about the Giants game. 2 things. It was Giants. We still up on 14. Offense full of 3rd and 4th stringers. I think that's a delayed comment. My bad. We missed that one earlier. Marcus says offense, Alex Arma, Chris Paul, Tyler Larson for their blocking. Defense, Cam Curl, pay the man, Joey Sly. First String Podcast. Toothpick says, who was hoping? Hold them accountable.
Means holding them accountable.
Yeah.
On defense or the defensive backs. Well, apparently not the defensive backs coach.
Nope. Yeah. Hey, Dev, the Arch said Cheeseman for not fucking up in snaps. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
For doing your
He
job.
hasn't for about a month and a half now. He's been solid on that.
It's solid, man.
Trust
They
not a
said
player.
he was experimenting with the new style of snapping. It didn't work. He went back to his old one, and we haven't had problems since. So
And niggas love Tress Way so much, they might let him slide saying the N-word, man. They don't even. They might let him.
He was the first jersey I bought on this new regime.
Tress Way,
So.
he loving Tress Way, man. He's like Eminem, bro. That motherfucker can do anything.
He can get away with it.
Like
All right.
Swift.
Without any further ado, it's now time for Dev to give away his award. So let's transition. All right, without any further ado, Dev, your weekly award goes to
Wally, you bitch ass nigga. You getting my third Glock Dookie award, bro.
Is his third
You
one
had
this year?
one job. You had one job. One job. Like, you know, like we would have been saying, the offensive line, first game against the Eagles, not letting the sack through. That would have been dope. But no, in the last offensive play of the game, this motherfucker, dog, had to give up the cookies, man. He gave up the cookies.
Sorry.
Hey, kids.
Wiley is a terrible.
Wiley.
You are the terriblest player I've ever seen play right tackle in a Washington uniform.
He makes me want to get Sharp or Donish out of retirement.
Man.
Oh.
So
Who?
I mean, that's how bad he is.
That's an old name.
I will take 57-year-old Sharp or Donish right now.
Helen Keller at right tackle would be better, bro.
Yeah. And so, Corey, I have one more thing we want to, share before we close out here. And it's hard to see, but I want to get your opinion on this. So there's a Twitter post from Commander's Realm. Say what you want about this guy, but it made me like this was an exercise in thought earlier. But I'll try to summarize this. It says, how many stars or good players has this regime brought in? All right, zoom it in. He said, I'll give him Chase, Dotson, and Curl. Core of this team has been all Gruden area guys. This is going to piss Phil off to no avail. When you think of this team, Allen, Payne, Sweat, Terry, Tress, all Gruden guys. 4 or 5 team captains this year outside of Sam Howell, all Gruden guys. Better players that came back, Phil and Crowder, Gruden guys. 2 depth guys, Reeves and Johnson, Gruden guys. Their best lineman up to last year, Rouillet, was a Gruden guy. They've drafted 0 Pro Bowlers in 4 years. 0. Drafted. Reaching for players in the draft, traded up for long snappers, signed an old washed up guys off the scrap heap. Biggest non-quarterback free acquisition was William Jackson III, who Ron Midden didn't realize he didn't fit our scheme. If you remember that one. And this guy thinks they've been lost, lazy, arrogant, has no regard for interest bolstering the roster. Most groups around the league get maybe 1 to 2 off seasons to show something. This guy had 4. It's disgusting. So with all that context, what do you think about that? And we'll get to Phil here real quick, and then we'll close it out.
Well, first of all, he's wrong because Chase Young was a Pro Bowler, so they have 1 Pro Bowler in 4 years. That's comparing apples to oranges.
They also had all pro and Wade.
Yeah. I mean,
but that was saying
that was a Gruden guy, and Brandon Sheriff too, right? He was an All Pro, but that was a Gruden guy. I mean, I don't know. You've got some players that remain on teams that are core guys that continue. It's got to be some credit, right? Because what if the development process just stopped at the Gruden era and they didn't take it to the next level? A lot of these guys reached their potential under Ron Rivera's regime and stuff. So I would make that argument. Yeah, there might be Gruden guys they've developed, but you also got to give them credit. Sometimes, I mean, you look at what Derek Forrest last year. I mean, that's just one guy, but he developed and he was a pretty good starter for us until he got hurt this year. So I mean, sometimes I think it has to do with the coaching and who you bring in there. Like we said about Chris Harris missing. So I mean, sometimes we just sit here and we kind of bitch and moan about this, that, and the third. What do you say? Should we bring back we should bring Jay Gruden back as head coach? Is that what this guy's saying? So he can sleep around and smoke blunts with
me.
Well, not with you, but like these little skinny girls down there in Richmond.
There you go.
With me, I want to be there too.
Yeah, and maybe he can drink with Scott McLuhan. I don't know. Heck,
I like Scott McLuhan. I like skinny girls in Richmond.
So let me correct this guy. And this is part of this weird revisionist history that fans want to do because that somehow we're going to sit here and start all of a sudden dick licking Jay Gruden. All right. No. First of all, Jay Gruden had zero input in any of the players brought in. Wasn't that his complaint? He never got to pick his guys.
That is true. That is true.
He takes credit for Deron Payne.
You can't give him credit. He takes credit for an offense that Sean McVay made go. He takes and Kirk Cousins. By the way, both of which he helped run right out of town.
You got a pretty good offense in Cincinnati.
That got progressively worse over time under him.
Nah.
If you look at their offensive ranking under Jay Gruden, it got progressively worse over the course of the last 3 years he was there.
He was like top 5 every year.
Secondly, Jay Gruden never developed anybody. As Corey said, no one ever developed. They were either already good or
you think Kirk
they
developed?
Plateaued at a certain level because Jay Gruden ran an easy camp. He didn't drive these guys to get better. All right.
You don't think Kirk was developed? Yeah.
Kirk was already developing.
Yeah.
Kirk was drafted by Mike Shanahan.
And I think it's kind of like
Kirk's first start as an NFL starter. If you go look at
Cleveland Browns 2012.
Against the Browns in 2012. Guess what? He threw for over 300 yards.
Yeah.
Wasn't like he wasn't capable of it until Jay Gruden, the guru, came through because Jay Gruden has been a guru of nothing except going down to one lounge and cutting players who have bigger dicks than him.
I think it's like to your point, Phil. I think it's like I don't want to get into politics, but it's kind of like presidencies, right? You kind of pick up the last person's policies and you can either make them better or they get worse. So Ron, these guys are flourishing under them, but they came from the previous regime. So I don't know if there's a full science to it. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's call them what they are. Bruce Allen and Scott McLuhan guys. All right. And I think Bruce Allen is the devil incarnate. I have made that clear. Yeah. But he at least was in charge of bringing players in.
Not the second round.
Those were his calls. All right. Jay Gruden's call was last call.
Spider Monkey says Gruden was a bad coach, just in a different way than Ron.
That's a fair statement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dev
Jay
Marcus
Gruden didn't even have full responsibilities of coaching, let alone having to help pick a new name for the franchise.
Yeah, I don't think Ron's a bad coach. By the way, I just think the guys are starting to stop listening to him. Like he's starting to lose the locker room. I think that if it hasn't happened, if it hasn't happened, it's close to happening.
This team would have given up a long time ago if that was the case.
Yeah.
Look what happened yesterday. We were down 2 touchdowns. What does the offense do? Comes right back down the field and scores.
I think the offense
we got the onside kick. We're talking about something completely different today.
I don't think the offense has to deal with him though, so I don't think it's them. I think more or less, man, that I think he's more of a defensive coach than offense, and I think he's probably in those meeting rooms. And I think they kind of defense.
But you know what, Dev? I heard this on national radio today. All of the coaches, the good coaches in this league who are specializing in that specialty, those units are doing well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Belichick's defense still does well, even when the rest of the team does bad. You know, Sean McVay's offense still performs even when the team doesn't do bad. I don't know if I can say the same for that with this defense this year. That's all I'm saying.
I have a feeling that this was. I have a feeling that this was the
turnaround.
If there's going to be if big IF on this, if there's going to be a turnaround this season, this is where it begins because you can build off of what happened this past week.
Yeah, said that last game. Then it was Browns. The Bears happened.
Yeah. Ryan says game ball goes to the rails holding up and not falling on fans falling on Jalen. Spider Monkey Gruden couldn't control his locker room at all. Not a good coach. Had no authority, which is why no one respected him. That's why they called it Camp J.
I'm not giving game balls for not hurting Eagles.
Greatest achievement was the ping pong table.
Yeah.
Toothpick says Ron's not a bad coach. Please stop smoking, my guy. Talking to I think he's talking to Spider Monkey. But Corey.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate you coming in on our pre-Halloween special. You got any plans for Halloween tomorrow? Anything?
Oh no, hell no! I hate this holiday. I hate this holiday. Yeah, I hate Halloween.
Corey, I'm with you.
I'm
a great holiday in the history of holidays.
Yeah.
Are you a turn the lights off, don't bother me guy, or are you a give out candy kind of guy?
I mean, hopefully we'll keep the lights off because actually my wife, they've got a volleyball playoff game 3 hours away, so I might just go and watch that. But if the kids come, I'm just going to release the hounds like Mr. Burns. And
Halloween for the kids, great. I love handing out candy, but to see grown adults,
that's ignorant,
who spend 6 months of the year preparing for Halloween, like, yo, we have summer. Go to the beach, go barbecue, go do something fun. You want to spend all this? I see people putting up Halloween. I see Halloween decorations all over the place, and it looks like Christmas because it's how frequent it is. I'm like, what are you celebrating? Spooky.
For the record, there's a study out.
God, if you want to dress up in a slutty cat costume, go find your boyfriend, girlfriend, they, them, whatever you're with. Go dress up for them in private and go put on a show.
Yeah, there's a study out this year that all the retailers are pushing Christmas extra early this year. If you haven't noticed,
I saw Halloween shit in July. I don't
go to Home Depot because they're worried that individuals will not have money towards the end of the year, so they're pushing Christmas now, so people will make their purchases now in order to not make their purchase later. So there's a whole economic and psychological studies that are going on. So you're going to start seeing a lot of Christmas pushing. I went to Home Depot to get some Halloween lights last week. I never didn't get any, but it's all Christmas trees. All Christmas trees. It's crazy. Crazy. Spider Monkey, happy Halloween, Trick or Trade Tuesday. That's right. Thank you for everyone who tuned into the chat. Spider Monkey, Marcus, Toothpick, Arch Deluxe, Yam. Thank you for tuning in. Rockman, Dave, Ryan, Marcus. Who else did I miss? Anybody who popped in earlier? We really appreciate you, Terrence. Prayers up to you and your family. And shout out to Corey, man. Thank you very much. Not doing anything for tomorrow. That's fair. I don't know what we're gonna do. I wanted to stay and hand out candy. I was like you before I had kids, Corey. I just didn't want to do a whole lot. And as the kids get older, you kind of get into it a little bit more. And
you get into it for the kids.
For the kids. For the kids.
I got into it for the thought costumes. Didn't we?
Yeah.
I live near a college town.
They should call it Horrorween around here. You know what I'm saying?
Those pogs.
Tricks and treats around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hold on. Like I said, I live near GMU. If I want to go see thought costumes, I just go downtown on any weekend.
Yeah.
I'm trying to paint a pumpkin on my girl's ass tonight. Well, y'all. That's what y'all need to do. Steve's over there. You gonna get it done over there.
You should see a doctor for that.
Yeah, don't worry.
I thought you was coming as an airbender, Steve. What happened, man?
That was Phil, not me.
Yeah, Phil,
I didn't feel like painting my head.
Yeah, all good. We will be back Thursday for a Patriots pregame. So check us out then. Corey, in the meantime, let's tell everyone real quick where they can find you and On the Warpath.
Oh yeah, you can find me here on the YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, you can find me on the YouTube as well, On the Warpath. Got Warpath Wednesday coming up. Old friend of ours, Travis Thomas, will be on to preview the Patriots. So y'all stay tuned for that because he's up there in the Boston area. And I said, who better to come and talk some crap than Travis? You know, that'll be fun and exciting. Maybe we'll get some bettage out of him before he puts it out to those folks in Boston. So yeah, man, come on. And then Sanchez 405 on the X, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it.
Zeet him.
Yes.
Exit. Will that be a live stream on Wednesday with Travis?
Oh yes. Oh gosh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that will be a definite live stream. Oh Lord, I guess Toothpick's inviting me on to tomorrow night, so I might be on Toothpick. We'll see. You on the podcast tomorrow? Okay, all right. Just the invite.
Toothpick's living as he's a Commanders fan and down in Texas, man. He's down in hostile territory. He's way behind enemy lines.
He needs somebody to put some common sense on there. That's that's why he called your boy up.
He like the only white guy in Rosewood.
Ryan said, "Fucking bring Cousins and Jay back." Yeah.
He's tearing old girl's ass up back here in that store, though, wasn't he? It's crazy.
And Corey is. I respect Corey because it's hard enough to do it with three people. You know, we feed off each other, we bounce off each other, but you're doing this solo, man. And that just, my hat's off to you, literally. Hat off. Doing it well, man.
I never do a solo.
Yeah.
The people in the comments,
they do.
They are our energy, our fuel.
That's right.
You know, I mean, I got into arguments with people that I've never seen, but they love me and they keep on coming back, and I love them just as much. So, that's the fun part about it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Dev, stay away from Louisville basketball. There you go. Ryan did say Phil's got a bejeweled dildo on his face, so we'll sign off with that.
4 to 3 way, Ryan. One down below, one sits on my face.
Yes. All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Demonetized.
Thursday night. We love you guys. Thank you, Corey. We appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Shout out to you. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Inhale. We out.